everybody. It's David, and it's great to have another chance to talk with you about what's happening in our life together as a parish. Today with me is Scott Buckout and Beth Tips, the Reverends Beth and Scott. Thank you guys for being here. Last week we asked you to fill out a survey, and well over 200 of you filled out surveys. Thank you so much. We got a ton of responses. We are processing through all of the data, and our hope is that next week we'll be able to tell you some things that we've heard from you, both about how you're doing and what we're thinking about in terms of reopening. So for now, thank you very much for filling out the survey and giving us a lot to think about and chew on over the next week. So one of the things that we asked you, one of the questions we asked you, was for a story of hope and grace. As you think about the last 3 months, do you have a story of hope and grace? And a bunch of you said, yes, I do have a story. And so Scott Buckout is going to curate and collect those stories. And I was wondering, Scott, if you can give us an idea of what to expect as those stories start coming in.
Yeah, thanks, David. Yeah, we've been so impressed in reading through all the different experiences that you all have had over the last few months. And you'll start to hear on Sunday during worship some stories from folks from our congregation who have really enjoyed adding morning or evening prayer to their rhythm of life, or have really liked being a part of Beth's Resto Women. There have been some folks who have experienced God in a new way in the midst of kind of a slower rhythm of life. Others who are kind of working in healthcare or other essential services that have seen God show up in really profound ways. And so those are just some snippets of things that you'll get to hear from folks in our own congregation over the next few weeks.
That's cool. Do you know where they're going to land in the service?
Yeah, so I do. As much as everyone enjoys really hilarious announcements, it turns out we're not as funny as we think we are. And so we're going to be splicing some humor with some sincerity in the service. And so there will be a pause in the staff announcements, but don't worry, they will come back.
Phew! All right, good. That's awesome.
But for now, we're going to celebrate some other types of stories as well.
Yeah, I love getting to hear from people in our congregation. So I think this is a great chance for us to tap into what God's been doing over the last 3 months. Thanks for pulling those together for us, Scott.
Yeah.
The other thing we're excited about is that we want to see each other face to face. And so we've created these summer hangouts. And I was wondering, Beth, can you tell us what to expect as you're making those things happen?
Yeah. So you may be wondering who's in town, who from Resto is even around. I would love to see them. And now that it's summer and some people are vacationing, it's hard to know. So we've created two online portals, if you will. One, if you want to host the event, it's on a form stack. So you tell us when, where, and what you want to host. Be really specific about it, because we take that information and then I'll put it in a sign up genius. So for instance, if Scott was going to host popsicles in the park, he'd say, I'm going to host it Thursday night at 7. I'm going to have popsicles for 15 people. Great. So I'll put all that in there on a sign up genius. You can sign up. If you and your whole family want to come and that's 6 of you, then you take up 6 spots. You'll email Scott and say, we can't wait to have popsicles in the park. And Scott will tell you which park it's at. So it's a great way to connect with people you know or people you don't know, but just say, hey, I'm in town. I've got capacity to see people, and I have some kind of thing I'd like to share with you, whether it's food or yard games or whatever. We've had a lot of great entries, and today you'll see the Sign Up Genius link come. So both the Form Stack and the Sign Up Genius, those are going to be live all summer. So you can keep adding to them, and I'll keep repopulating them as we go throughout.
That's awesome. So just imagine that if somebody has something that they want to do, they can stick that on the Form Stack. And then if they have something that they'd like to participate in, they can sign up on the Sign Up Genius. And is it a pretty firm sort of sign up? Like once it's complete, like nobody else can really show up to that thing? Like, should we be trying to get on it pretty fast?
Yeah, I'm sure some of them will go like hotcakes. I mean, Susan Gonzalez is going to be paddling on the Potomac. That went really fast when we did it for Resto Women. Trust be a good attendee. So if you're planning on coming, come. If you're not sure, don't sign up. But let's respect the number of slots there, because that's how much the host feels like they can do. So practice your RSVP skills, and I think that'll help everybody.
I'm really excited, and I think it'll be helpful for people to know that every week there's something where they could show up and see friendly faces from Restoration. Thanks for making that happen.
Sure.
All right, guys. See you on Sunday. Hope you have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Popsicles for everyone.
Woohoo!
Thank you for joining us for this week's installment of the Rector Update. To stay up to date with our next broadcast, announcements, and weekly Rector updates, go ahead and hit subscribe and click the bell icon below. And for more information about upcoming events and what's going on with the life of our church, we encourage you to also follow us on our Instagram feed. We look forward to seeing you this week or on Sunday.